Hi everyone, welcome to another video where I talk about myself. Hey, so you'll notice that this is my Spotify page. And today we are going to look at all the music that I released in 2021. To give you just a little bit of context, I released one EP, two EPs technically, and multiple singles. And so we got quite a bit of stuff to talk about. We're going to start at the very beginning of the year. So I released a record called 2021, coincidentally, in January of this year with two songs on it. The first is See You Later, and the second is I Don't Write Enough Songs. Both songs that I wrote last year. I think that I've said this in another video. See You Later is potentially, from a sound perspective, from a producing perspective, probably one of my favorite songs I've written in the last maybe 3 or 4 years. So right off the start, I actually really wanted this song to sound super nature-y, very open, very bright, like you're looking at a new year with a fresh perspective. And I don't know, I think I achieved it. This is a piano that I made in Cycles. If you haven't seen my video on Cycles by Slate Nash, go ahead and check right up here, and I'll leave the link to that video right there. So, See You Later is one of these songs where I feel like I tried my best to inject as much energy as I could while keeping the instrumentation really simplistic. So, adding, that 4 on the floor kick with some sidechain, but having a lot of movement in that main melody line, the main piano piece, I think helps a lot with that. You'll also notice that there's not a lot going on from a percussion standpoint. It's just the kick, snare, kick, or it's clap technically. Kick, clap, kick, clap, kick, clap. Not a whole lot of percussion in the song, and that's kind of intentional. I want to place a lot of the rhythmic diversity in the melody.
I used to say maybe later. I used to say maybe when I'm older we can talk and find out what this all really means to me.
I've gotten this question a few times and I've never really addressed it because it's kind of a serious topic. See You Later is actually about me thinking about potentially giving up songwriting forever. I reached a point last year, I released this album right here called Something, Anything, Everything, and my listenership just dropped off super hard, and I made a really depressing voice memo on my phone about how I didn't really feel like anyone really cared, that I poured myself into art, and that I poured myself into, at that point, the biggest project up to date. 15, 16 songs, and all really just pouring my heart and journey into, and it didn't really feel like it got a response, and so I was actually really depressed about that for a while. So this song is kind of the culmination of that feeling of me saying I'll think about giving up music, and even more than just thinking about giving up music, thinking about why I do it, and having people ask me, why I make the music that I make, and saying I don't really know, I'm really drawn to it, but then saying I'll just come back to it in a few years and see and reevaluate, and saying stuff like,
It's been years since you
asked me why I'm doing music.
I really thought I'd know by now, but it's never really worked that way. I'm sad to see.
So me being frustrated with my inability to answer those questions of why I write this kind of music, but just feeling drawn to it. So then I put it off until later.
So I just keep saying we'll talk later. I don't really know if it might be the time in my life to really let this go. I'll just keep saying maybe later. I've put this off too long. What if it's time to put aside something I really love? I'll see you later.
The feeling of the beat still makes me really happy. I really like it, but it's not a easy thing to talk about. I Don't Write Enough Songs is a song that's really special to me. It's a song that I wrote last year in 2020, and then it kind of culminated into me releasing a version of this because I had sung it in the prayer room a few times. It's not about me not writing a satisfactory number of songs. It's actually about topically me not writing songs about the things that I should be writing songs about, which is how much I love the Lord, and that's what this song is about. Went for a really non-tempo related song where I kind of just didn't have a metronome in my ears when I was recording it. This was all just a one take.
I don't write enough songs to say how much I love you. I wish that I could give you more to show how much this love has grown. Oh, Jesus, you mean more to me than all my words could ever say. Help me love you more. I want to love you more.
I love this song. Sorry. Part of the great thing about not having tempo is you can just kind of change time signatures.
I feel this groaning inside of my heart. It's this longing for you.
So I switched from 4/4. Jesus, you mean 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So it's just putting it into 3/4 or 6/8 if you're a music nerd. So that's 2021. The next thing I released is Hebrews 4, which I think from this year might be my most successful song.
Wait, if I don't hear, what do I do?
So Hebrews 4 is all about Hebrews 4, coincidentally, verses 14, 15, and 16. I'm going to read it real quick. Since then we have a great high priest who has passed through the heavens, Jesus, the Son of God. Let us hold fast to our confession, for we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weakness, but one who in every respect has been tempted as we are, and yet remains without sin. Let us then with confidence draw near to the throne of grace, that we may receive mercy and find grace to help in time of need. I love this scripture so much, it's making me a little I love it. I need his mercy every day. As for the song, this is probably the most poppy song I think I've ever made. It's very much appealing to a pop kind of genre.
I have this assurance that I can lean into your kindness. I have this confidence you sympathize with my weakness.
It's literally just singing scripture. That's my favorite way to write a song, is just singing scripture. Featured photos. Probably, I did say Hebrews 4 was the most poppy. Featured photos has a part to play in that race. It's about the featured photos feature on your Photos application if you have an iPhone, and it reminding me of times when I was in a worse place and being like, hey, have you seen these pictures from today? And it's like, man, I remember being really depressed, really anxious, really nervous, really filled with shame in a lot of these photos, and being reminded of people, being reminded of feelings. And it's just something where I was like, man, I want to delete this off my phone.
It don't look like I let go of those things that happened years ago. Took my photos off the desk, featured photos, things it knows better than me.
I'm trying to be witty in this song because I didn't take all the photos off my desk. I keep the ones that I like. on my desk now. This song, the hook of this song is I don't have to do that anymore. Remind myself of things I had before. And it's talking to the Lord. It says, you put me where I am now. I left those things somehow and I don't have to do that anymore.
But I don't have to do that anymore. Remind myself of things I had before. You put me where I am now. I left those things somehow. I don't have to do that anymore.
I don't know why this song didn't like blow up very much. I really think the instrumentation and all that is really on point. I'm gonna talk about one more thing about this song. There is a line in here where I talk about my Enneagram.
I've got a habit, that 6-week fight, so problematic, I can't get enough. I'm counterphobic, I've run from it, those featured photos, I try to ignore it.
Name something more 2021. I dedicated an entire verse of a song to my Enneagram type of being counterphobic and running from memories. Okay, now last thing we're going to talk about, regrowing skin. So I know that I have released the Whole of the Wounds series, you know, all of these things, Be Free, one of the first things I've ever, you know, released. I can honestly say regrowing skin is probably the most professional I've ever sounded. And probably one of the weakest responses I've ever gotten to an EP. Not a lot of response. I released this in May, sometime in the late spring. But regardless of the response not being huge, I love this EP so much. Take My Place is probably responsible for one of my favorite hooks as far as like sound design and as far as like being able to craft a sound out of something. I love it. I love it. Skip Button is one of these more like playful songs.
As my life goes by,
I love Skip Button. It's funny. It's Dangerous here is it's a heater. This song slaps live. Exploring a lot of themes about sin and feeling like you leading yourself is a good idea. And saying it's dangerous. That's a dangerous place to be in. We already talked about featured photos. It meant something. I don't know how to describe it. Meant something.
I haven't played for nothing. I could never waste my life.
So it meant something is talking about my job, my occupation, everything I do for a living, the being an intercessory missionary at the house of prayer. It's really easy sometimes to feel like you've wasted all of your young years doing this thing that actually, like outside of the house of prayer, nobody cares about. Nobody cares about this. And I care about it so much. And it's honestly the best job in the world. And it's fighting against that feeling of feeling like I've wasted it. And it's like the confirmation I haven't wasted it. Like giving Jesus every bit of praise that I can give him is completely worth all of my time. The last song, Regrowing Skin, my favorite drop on this whole record.
This feeling inside, more than paper thin. It's just like life, like regrowing skin.
It feels good. It feels good live, but it's about just feeling like you're gaining back ground of things you've lost in your life. And so, guys, that's all the music that I released in 2021. 2022 is going to be cool. I don't have like a ton lined up right now, mostly because I've been working and teaching and playing at the prayer room, but I have some stuff lined up and it's going to be fun. It's going to be really cool. We'll do videos about that eventually. Hey, give this video a like, subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with your mom, please press the bell notification so that you're notified every time I post a video. I will talk to you guys later.